everyone, welcome to another 50 Movies in 50 Weeks, the fourth time we've done this. And I'm joined here by Mark Antony, the majestic royal Mark Antony, and he's gotten so much bigger than last year. I usually am far more prepared when I do these. I usually record several episodes in advance, and then, I set them up on timers. I'm actually down to the wire. I'm like doing everything at the 11th hour this year because for a multitude of reasons, but one of the biggest ones is my neighbors that moved in last year now, I thought they were hammering on the wall for a long time. I just for hours. Every day, in the evening and in the morning. Every evening and in the morning. Sorry, he was climbing all over me. In the evening and the morning, I thought they were hammering against the wall. Ends up, they were making chicken. Because I confronted them, because every time I go to record one of these 50 movies things, they would just be hammering. It frustrated me so much, I finally went and confronted them. And I talked to their daughter, because they don't speak any English, and their daughter did. And she told me what's going on is, they're chopping chicken for an hour to 2 hours at a time, and it's always right when I want to record. So I'm relearning how I record my videos. The way I do this is I set up a time, I record a bunch, and then I edit them later, but the time I usually record is right when they're cutting the chicken. So I'm trying to figure out a new time to do this, where there's people not going to be working out and mowing lawns and things like that. The sweet spot of filming has now disappeared, and it also has affected some of my other little projects, because now I don't know when to film, and those other projects I have a lot of money invested in them, and I don't want to hear chop 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 or I thought it was a hammer, so it was, I still don't believe them that it's chicken, because it sounds like they're hammering something, but what do I know? They told me the times that they're going to be doing it, so I'm going to try to accommodate for that. And as a result, I'm running behind on these 50 movie things. But I'm going to get caught up very, very quickly. Just you wait and see. I've already watched a handful of these movies. And this year, we are covering Nightmare Worlds. So I wish I'd known this a long time ago. But the Nightmare Worlds set has a lot of really awesome movies on here, like little hidden gems. And that's because these older Mill Creek sets have movies that either they didn't have the rights to release or they lost the rights. And there's some pretty dang good movies on here, some really interesting stuff, like even the ones that are bad, like I wouldn't want to watch. They're interesting. I'll have stuff to talk about. Which, especially that one year where we did all those peplums, it was like the same thing every week. I was like, yeah, it's a Hercules movie. What can I say? The same thing happens in all of them. I think we're not going to have that problem this time, because I've watched 8, I think so far, 6 or 8. Sorry, I can't remember at the top of my head just now. 6. I watched 6 of them. All vastly different. Many different time periods. 90s. 80s, 70s, 60s, 30s. We got every decade covered, at least the ones I care about covering. This is the way to go. I also said I want to do a season 5. I'll definitely be picking up one of these older sets for season 5. Very excited to get this one underway. And a comment on my last video expressed disappointment that I didn't do it like a year-end review where I talked about like every single movie, like what I remembered about them. Part of the reason why I didn't do that this year, or last year I should say, is because, for one, I ran out of time. 2, I checked the analytics on these videos just to see how they're going, because they are doing well, surprisingly. And I'm not sure why, because I feel like I'm pretty boring, but they're doing pretty well. But I noticed that for those year-end reviews, the viewership drops to 0 once I start like covering them all. And I thought, well, if no one's watching it, why keep doing it? But I did receive a comment saying that they missed that, And if you, watching this video, also missed those year-end reviews where I go through every single movie and I talk about what I remember about them, if you want me to continue doing that, tell me in this comment section below and I'll try to respond to them. And if I get like, I don't know, if I get 6 comments, I'll do it again this year. I'll keep it in mind that I will do it again this year. But yeah, I'm really excited. We got some really good stuff going on here. Oh, also, there are a couple repeats from previous years. It's bound to happen. There's only so many public domain and cheap movies you can get a hold of. But I've come up with I wouldn't say a clever solution, but I found a solution for that issue. So if we run into a movie on this set that I've already done in previous iterations of this show, what we'll do is we'll pivot to this box set. This is a Cult Classics 20 movie box set, also from Mill Creek. This was given to me by a friend, God, 15, 17 years ago. And I'll be honest, I never watched a single movie on here. So anytime we come across a movie we've already done, I'll mention what movie we should have done for that week, and then we'll pivot to one of these. And I think that's a good compromise. They don't officially release either one of these anymore, but I'm sure you can get them pretty cheap on eBay. But yeah, got a good feeling about this year. I'm hoping that everything goes smoothly. Figuring out this situation with the neighbors. It won't affect you at all, but I'm figuring it out, and I think I got some really interesting things in the pipeline outside of this show. I'm going to get the podcast back on track. My hands have healed, so I can actually edit them again. We are going to have new videos of this series every Friday, and the podcast, the Clean Your Room podcast, they'll be returning. I'm thinking it's going to be the last Monday of every month for this year. I'm going to record a new episode for the beginning of this year, and then for February, it's going to be the episode I recorded back in August that I couldn't finish because I hurt my hands. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm sorry, this was rambly and unfocused, but what can you expect from 50 movies in 50 weeks? I'm trying my best. You guys have a fantastic year, and I will try as well. See you next week. Remember, please be kind and rewind.